Hey guys, Andrew here. Today I'm just gonna make a video on again, this is off the cuff. I'm not scripting this or anything, but I want to share with you my method on how to deal with gang stalking. Now, if you're a part of this program, you need to realize that um, this entire program, it operates off of stress. So they want to stress you out 24/7 pretty much. They want you to be always stressed out, um, always guessing what's going on with you, what's going to happen next, worrying, anxious. And this method that I developed after going to CBT myself, it's super effective, and it can apply to not just gang stalking, but even anxiety and depression and other stuff that you might be dealing with in life. And it's going to sound kooky, but it works, and you just have to give it a try to figure it out. So after I began dealing, I've been dealing with gang stalking since about 2018. I've been a targeted individual since 2018. And you can check out my video on my story, and like my experiences, everything. I'm gonna put a video out about that later. But for right now, I'm just gonna let you know I've been a TI since 2018, and I went to a several month like cognitive behavioral therapy class, like a CBT class. And this even goes back to Stoicism. I recommend you read works from Epictetus or Marcus Aurelius on Stoicism, and it's a similar concept, but this is a way that anybody can grasp it and that anybody can apply it to their situation. So if you know how your brain works, it's basically just energy, right? It's energy making things happen in your brain, and this is how your thoughts and your emotions and everything are drummed up. And so the way that you have to think about it is that every single, I guess, event in your life, every single entity, every single feeling, every person, all of those things are represented by like an energy in your mind, okay? And each of those energies have different characteristics. So you might think, I'll give you an example. If you have like a neighbor or somebody who's targeting you, think about that person for a second. Clear your mind and just envision that person. And you're going to feel that it gives you a specific feeling. It will elicit a specific feeling. Now, that feeling that it elicits, I want you to try and describe it. So if that feeling had a color, what would the color be? And so I'm going to think about one specific person in my neighborhood who's gang stalking me. Now, this may sound a bit, I guess, outlandish, because how can you characterize a feeling with a color? But just do your best. So close your eyes and, okay, so my person, I'm going to say the feeling that they give me is red. It's like a hot, like I don't like it. They have high energy. They're, really loud about it, and it stresses me out when I see them. I would say the color's red for that particular person. So, okay, now we have a color. If that feeling had a shape, what shape would it be? Mine would be a big circle. Okay. If that feeling had a sound, what would that sound be like? Would it be really low? For this particular person, I'd say that sound would be high pitch and loud. Okay. And think about like any other, adjective you could think of. Like, is it fast? Like, does it pop up out of nowhere type thing? And once you have, a good list of ways to describe the feeling, concentrate on it. So now you're going to give it a name. I'm concentrating on that feeling, all the characteristics of it, and I'm going to give it a name. Give it a silly name. So in my case, I'm going to call this feeling Bertha. Okay. So now you need to really concentrate on Bertha. All right. Okay, Bertha, I know what you're like. I know exactly what you are. I have a perfect image of you in my mind's eye. I can live with or without you. You don't bother me. You don't scare me. You simply are. And you need to concentrate really hard on getting to know exactly what this feeling is. The feeling that it gives you when you think about it, really concentrate on it. Don't run from it, because if there's something stressful in your life, like gang stalking, your first instinct is to run from it. It comes into your mind and you're like, oh shit, like, no, I'll think about something else. All right. In this specific case for this exercise, we're going to concentrate on the image that we're building in our mind's eye. So now that I've concentrated on Bertha, I know what it's like. I'm not afraid of you. Like, I'm not afraid of Bertha. Bertha's kind of silly and ridiculous. Okay. You need to meditate on that exact thing several times per day until you really get to know the feeling. Once your mind knows the feeling, this is simply like exposure therapy in cognitive behavioral therapy. Once you really get to know the feeling, you will notice every day that specific feeling, that specific event, or that specific person, or scenario is going to have less of an effect on you. Every day it will have less of an effect on you, but you have to keep it up. If you stop doing it and you stop really getting to know the feeling and being familiar with the feeling, and exposing yourself to the feeling, then it can continue to bother you. After a while, it'll come back. So you could do this with everything. Every single person who gang stalks me, I've done this with, and it completely diminishes their power, or their influence rather, in my life. So there were people who they'd come by and I would like, oof, I would really get stressed out and bothered because I knew what they were up to. And when I didn't have this method, that I derived through going to cognitive behavioral therapy, I had no I had no way to deal with them. And when I was at cognitive behavioral therapy, my therapist would often say, just go out and stand by them. And what's the worst that can happen? Are they going to hit you or something? Even if they do, just go out and you need to show yourself that you can go out and be around them, and it is what it is. And so through that, and then there was another exercise that we did, and I kind of combined them. And so it's sort of like building an image in your mind's eye of a person or an event or something, getting to become very familiar with it, such that it no longer elicits the fight or flight response whenever it crosses your mind. And this really works. Maybe I didn't explain it very well. I could do more on this if anybody's interested. And I could even do one-on-one coaching with you for free. If you need help, I can help you get to know this process. I promise it'll help you. Again, this is Andrew. Stay safe.